Say, bro, it's time for Giannis Antetokounmpo to prove his two-time MVP status. But before we get into this video, everybody go ahead and make sure you hit that like, comment, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you can receive notifications every single time we post a video. Welcome to Sports R Us, and today we're going to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Today, this is going to be Game 3 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. Now, of course, we see the juggernaut that the Nets are, but one thing that I am seeing right now that's happening and what a lot of people are talking about is Giannis a great player? Is Giannis one of those players who can get you into the playoffs, or is he one of those players that's really going to be more of a regular season type of player? You know, we've seen a lot of those before. We've seen, in the NFL. We've seen it in basketball. We've seen it in a lot of different sports where a lot of players are more so built for the regular season, have phenomenal regular season performances, but once they get into the playoffs, they pretty much go cold, or, the team is not built for the playoffs. And I felt like a lot of adjustments that they made this year to the Milwaukee Bucks has given them the opportunity to be more of a playoff built team, but I still feel as if they're missing a few things. But one thing that I would say at this point, with everyone that's going against Giannis and everyone that's saying that Giannis and all the doubters and the naysayers and everyone that's just saying that he's not that type of player and that he needs to figure out some type of way to get himself inside of the paint, and not only that, a 15-foot jumper, something that can be consistent that he can fall back on. I agree with a lot of that. I believe that Giannis needs to find a steady shot, a mid-range shot that he can go to, that he could throw people off, that they could be scared of that shot, and then he could fake out and go into the middle. But right now, it seems as if it's one-dimensional. If they shut down one thing, then it's all over. And he is supposed to be the defensive player of the year. Now, he didn't win it this year. That went over to Rudy Gobert, but he has been a player who, last year actually won the defensive player of the year, and he actually won the MVP in the same year. And they got bounced out last year in the bubble. So this year, this is the grand opportunity for Giannis Antetokounmpo to prove himself. Now, I don't think that I would say that this team should win and go past the Brooklyn Nets. But what I would like to see from Giannis, I would like to see him fight. I would like to see, and I could mean that in, figuratively, and in just in reality, I would like to see that happen. To be honest with you, at this point, I feel like he has to pull out his bag. He has to go to the bad boy Piston style defense. And listen, anybody that coming in this inside, or anybody that's trying to get any type of easy shots, they're not gonna get it, and we're gonna slam them to the ground. And it doesn't matter how many flagrants or how many different fouls they have to take. You have to take it at this point, because you have to at least show that you have to fight, that you have the wherewithal to say that we're not just gonna let easy things come down, especially them going back to Milwaukee. The first two games was in Brooklyn, so rightfully so. You lost those games. That's okay. It's not okay, but it's okay, right? As long as you hold down the home court. Do I believe that they can hold down the home court? I believe that they can get a game, but the way that it's looking, and if they play the same style that they played prior to this game, I believe that they're going to get swept. But Giannis has to go down fighting. At this point, he cannot sit back and, smile or, walk across the court and just, do the normal Giannis things. He has to put in that fight. He has to put in that work. He has to show everybody that, listen, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose where you're going to say he had his numbers and he played his ass off, but he didn't give up on his team. So tonight they have to play. They have to go on that court. They have to foul hard. They have to show this other team that they have enough toughness and they have the wherewithal to win games. And I believe that Giannis can make those adjustments. A lot of people have compared him in the past. Of course, we've been hearing over the past few weeks people saying that they compared him to KD. I never understood why they compared him to KD. I know that they're both within the same range as it pertains to height. their quickness, things like that. But KD is a totally different player than Giannis. KD can actually shoot and can shoot really from anywhere. Giannis cannot. And I've never seen Giannis as being that type of player. I feel like Giannis can, he's more of an inside player. He could dominate in those ways, but he has to break through that wall. He has to break through that ceiling that's set for him right now that he's staying stagnant at, which is only allowing him to be that inside presence and only allowing him to succeed in the regular season. I think in order for him to really show people that the MVP was worth it, and listen, it was a regular season award. He deserved it for those years that he got it. Maybe one of those years he didn't, but I'm not going to go against that. I'm just going to say this. He got those awards. Now it's time to show and prove that it's not only regular season that I'm going to be the MVP, but I can be the MVP of the playoffs and push my team to possibly go into the finals. I don't think that's going to happen this year with the Bucks, but I think him making the commitment to the Bucks, there's a few other adjustments that they have to make with the team that's small, but really everything that has to be adjusted would have to be with Giannis. We all seen The Last Dance. We saw with Michael Jordan. He was having a problem with the Detroit Pistons. What he understood that he had to go do, man, I got to go get bigger. I got to put on 5 to 10 more pounds of muscle. And I got to come back looking way more fit. I already have the ability to jump up. I have that athleticism. But now I need to be able to take all this brute force that's coming towards me and the abuse that I'm receiving every single time I'm going into the middle. So that's something that Giannis, he already has the physical look, right? But he needs to have the heart. He needs to have the abilities. And there's some things that he can work on in the offseason that can help him out with that. And so I believe that in the future, this offseason, once they go home, which I believe that they're going to be going home, I believe it's going to be a sweep. But once they go home, I think this offseason, he need to commit himself to learning some additional skills. Maybe some footwork, maybe some things that he can do that can throw some players off so they don't look at him as being one-dimensional and feeling as if, well, man, you have that athleticism and you're going to come in the inside, so all we have to do is stop that, and now it's your whole team is going down. When it's like that, then that makes your team become one-dimensional. You never want to be a one-dimensional team. Teams like that do not win championships. So I believe that Giannis tonight has to show and prove if they have any type of fighting chance. They have to pull that all out tonight. There is no reason Blake Griffin should be shutting down Giannis Antetokounmpo whatsoever. Not at all. Blake Griffin is not at his peak as it pertains to his athleticism. He still has some things that he can do. He's playing much smarter. Of course, as you get older, you understand that the knees aren't there. I don't have the jumping ability that I used to, so now I have to play smarter and just be more of a hustler and a competitor in that way. Giannis cannot let Blake Griffin stop him tonight. He can't let anybody stop him. If they lose tonight, Giannis should be having between 35 to 40 points. That's it. So everybody go ahead and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell just to receive every single notification whenever we upload a video. Also, and down in the comments, let me know if y'all agree with me. Let me know if you feel as if Giannis is at the end when it comes down to the Bucks. He did just sign a new deal. What do you feel that Giannis Antetokounmpo needs to work on in order for him to be successful in the future? And what else can this team add on to the Bucks in order to make them a viable option going further into the NBA playoffs? This is Sports R Us. I appreciate y'all.